I'm ready.
All right. I appreciate everybody being here today. Press conference. We're going to do just a few open remarks, and then we'll get Mayor Grandy up here to start things. I appreciate the utilities and everybody, Sheriff's Department, everybody that's here. We'll get this information out to you at the end today, and it'll go out on social media and stuff like that. As far as search and rescue operations and stuff, I can speak to that at the end, kind of where we're at. And at this time, I'll ask Mayor Grandy if he'll come up here and he can kind of tell you where we're at. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Corey, and welcome again to the daily briefing. So last night we had a group of people address our legislative body in Washington County, the County Commission, and they were very attentive. Anticipated a pretty short meeting, just a couple quick updates. We wound up being there for 2 hours. They had a lot of questions. We had EMA, Evan Clyburn was there to talk about some of the things that are going on with respect to the quarterbacking of all of these efforts going on in rescue and so forth. Dan was there with EMS to talk about the search and that operation. We had Chief Bell from Fire that was there, and the highway superintendent was there. So we had a lot of information so the commission kind of get them updated on what has transpired, where we were in the process, and where we were expecting to go in the next couple of weeks before the next meeting. Sort of prepping them for request for funding to support all these ongoing operations. Just as an update for our sheltered people, we have about 15 people that are in 2 different shelters. The Red Cross is on scene today, at least at one of them, and will be at the other one, we believe, tomorrow, to begin to find more permanent housing for the folks that have been totally displaced from their homes down there and don't have other family to go to. So it's good to have them in place and working on that project. Communication has been a challenge for all of us. Looking around this group, there's very little cell coverage over there. With no power, then obviously people don't have access to TV and radio and that sort of thing. So until we get information restored, we develop a system where we can have 5 message boards in place where current data can be put up there as to ongoing projects, where people can go for food, supplies, that sort of thing. And they will be at following Emeryville, which is one of our stations where Emeryville Fire Station, where we're feeding people and dispensing needed supplies, and of course South Central, which is our primary shelter in the community over there. Also, Lamar School, pretty much right here where we're standing, New Salem Church, and Jackson Bridge will be the other locations where the schools in place. So be updated daily or hourly or as needed as conditions change. We got a briefing this morning from our friends at TVA who are monitoring river conditions both on Noachucky and at Watauga Dam, which feeds Little Wilbur and then into the Watauga River. As you may remember, the Watauga Dam was really at capacity. That lake was higher than it's ever been since that dam was built in order to protect the infrastructure downstream. Weather Service and TVA have been watching a developing storm in the Gulf that has similar characteristics and track to what we experienced last weekend. The good news this morning is that the probability of its development has been significantly downgraded, so that potential threat may not be as imminent as it was even yesterday. So continuing to watch it. TVA reported that they believe that by Friday they would be able to have Watauga Lake at its summer level, which is not where it would be normally this time of year, but that they felt like that was adequate for storage capacity to weather another weather system. So good news there. Probably one of the good pieces of news we had 17 teams out searching yesterday. They're back again today, along with the Nevada Resource Board sent in 45 people in a FEMA strike team to provide search capacity over there, and they are on the ground today, and we'll expect to have most of that area covered in the next couple of days in terms of search. So I guess you may have seen on the news where Northeast Tennessee was excluded from the federal disaster plan, and the reason for that is partially an omission, but more importantly, it was the fact that the FEMA people haven't had a chance to get up here and provide an evaluation of our situation specifically in Northeast Tennessee. They're here today. That evaluation is taking place as we speak, and we expect to be on that list at the end of the day. So, that's really pretty much all I have. And Susan Salem would step up here. She's got a report from the Sheriff's Department. Susan.
Hi, I'm Susan Saylor, the Public Information Officer for the Washington County Sheriff's Office. Hopefully tonight we will actually have deputies on the ground in Little Germany. We've been airlifting some supplies out to those folks for a few days now. We've been over there since the flooding started on Friday. Our officers have floated in and out of that zone, sometimes literally floated in and out of that zone. We have a command post set up. We're getting the resources and continuing to patrol over there. I'm sure a lot of you saw where we did arrest 8 individuals for leaving. That will not be tolerated. In times like this, someone going into an occupied structure in a flood zone with ill intents will be picked up by the Washington County Sheriff's Office and arrested and charged. After dark, please know that if you are out walking around and we find you, we will arrest you, or at least question you, because we're not going to tolerate looting in this flood zone. Our deputies will continue to be over there until this is over. We're platooning in and out while still continuing to patrol the county at large. That's pretty much all that the sheriff had me signed up to tell you today. Just keep us in your prayers as we're sending folks in and out, and we are immensely thankful for all of the other law enforcement agencies supporting us right now in this endeavor. I guess, Kevin, are you next?
I can be. Just give you an update on the water, Jonesboro water, and our customers. As of 1 o'clock this morning, we got 7,000 customers back in water out of the 7,600 that was out of water. So right now we have approximately 600 customers without water, and all those customers are in the 107, 81, Little Germany, Bumpers Cove area, Emberville area. So we have stabilized the rest of the system. So now our main focus is that part of our system. Right now, right after this meeting, we're going to be going into that area, trying to assess the damage as best as we can, checking our river crossing, and then once we get that assessment and we figure out if that line's still good or not, we'll know what the plan is going to be moving forward. If there's any concerns, anybody's having any issues, please call 423-753-1005, and we will try to address your concerns as soon as possible. The people that we got back on may have a little milky water, or that's just air. It's air in your water. We are flushing. We're trying to get that air out. It does not affect your water. If you lost water, you're under a boil water notice for 48 hours. We sent that out, so everybody should know. If the water was cut off at your meter because we were trying to conserve water, you do not have to boil your water now that your water's back on. It's just the people that lost pressure in their lines, in the main line, and did not have water. That's pretty much all the update I have at this moment. Like I said, we're getting ready to go assess the area that I mentioned, and we should have more of an update tomorrow as the plan moving forward in that area. Thanks.
Superintendent Boyd.
Thank you. Jerry Boyd, Superintendent, Washington County Schools. Just a quick update. We do have 3 schools that are serving as various uses, from a shelter to a kind of command post for our friends that came in from out of state for the search teams. We're just providing as much support as we need. The South Central area, South Central Elementary School, still is serving as a shelter and a place for refuge, whether it's serving meals, picking up water. We're also partnering with the local church there, and we hope over time to transition a lot of the services to the local church, so that as we get closer to when we're expecting students to return. Lamar Elementary School, where we're standing, Red Cross is certainly managing the shelter, and our staff is there to support. We're shifting supplies and resources to the church nearby, and then we'll continue to support the process as much as we're needed. Just want to call out all of the great work and teamwork of all the agencies, and including our staff at both schools that were in communities that were impacted, as well as all of our schools across our school system. A lot of our staff's volunteering, trying to support whatever needs there are. As far as our return to school, we have adjusted our schedule. This week we're out of school all week, Monday through Friday. Next week, with the scheduled spring break that maintains, our students will be officially off for break next week. And then we have adjusted the schedule so that instead of the 17th, all students and staff at this time are expected and asked to return on Monday the 14th of October. Any changes that we have to make, if there are changes that become necessary, we will send out through our communication channels, post on the website, and certainly work with local media to get the word out.
Thank you, sir. The representative from Bright Ridge, if you don't mind, sir.
Just to give a brief update on where we are as far as restoring the power. As we refer to right now, everything north of the river, maybe 100 customers off, so that's moving on really well. We have 1,839 customers south of the river. All of the infrastructure across the river is on. We're trying to rebuild that as quick as we can. We actually are at Bailey Bridge area today, trying to finish up hopefully by 5 this afternoon. We are shooting lines across the river to 2 large structures we've installed, and we're hoping that by 6 o'clock today we will be able to energize that line to get some power to the other side. We are also working at Jackson Bridge today also, and doing the same structures there to get power across that line. We have, by Thursday we'll be at Taylor Bridge doing those structures across the river there. Where the Corby Bridge was, there's so much destruction, devastation there. We are going to look at backfeeding folks in that area and build new lines from another part of the system down there to those folks. We are working with the state fire marshal, and this was one of our concerns, is that any home that was underwater or had water that was above the receptacles, we have crews going around now lifting leaks to those homes, because we just have concerns if they were re-energized. Those will have to be inspected by an inspector, electrical inspector from the state. They have some folks coming now to staff up and do that, and once they've been inspected and been cleared, then our folks can re-energize those. But our goal is by tonight to start to get the power across in one side and start energizing. We really hope that moves quick. A lot of the damage that was down there on that side, we have already had crews Sunday assess what they could find that was damaged, and we've already had crews making repairs to that, so that when we get in there with power, we can bring it up quicker. And again, we just really appreciate everyone's cooperation down there, and I want to thank a lot in the community that have supported our folks in the work and the efforts that they're doing. But that's kind of where we're at now, and hopefully over the next few days we'll see some big improvement on the infrastructure getting across the river.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Chuck Bess, would you like to say a few words?
First, I just want to thank you to the utility crew for the town of Jonesboro. They've made a great effort to stabilize our system early on, and then worked relentlessly the last several days to get this system open. So certainly proud of the town of Jonesboro. And quickly, one thing we will be doing, our senior center and the Jonesboro Community Chest has set up a relief and donation effort there at the senior center. That'll be kicking off full force on Wednesday. And speaking for the town of Jonesboro, I want to give a good thank you to what I've witnessed since this, the teamwork, the leadership displayed by Washington County Mayor Joe Grandy, our Sheriff's Department with Keith Sexton. Our Bright Ridge has done great work getting the power back on, so thank you, Mr. Dykes. And Washington County school system can't be forgot for what they've done for the community with these schools. Emergency services from everybody, our volunteer fire departments. It's been truly amazing to watch the teamwork and the sense of urgency everybody has worked at. And for the town of Jonesboro, I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you, sir. So I'll close up with just a few notes here. Johnson City Waste has made available dumpsters in the disaster area. Those have been posted to social media outlets, but those are at New Salem Baptist Church, the Jackson Bridge Road, South Central, the Ruritarian Park, and the Nola Chucky Volunteer Fire Department. So those should be in place by the end of the day if they're not already there as well. The message boards that the mayor talked about, so we're putting 4x8 message boards at those locations, and that information will be posted daily, so the ones in the affected area, they don't have to leave the area. They can continue doing their recovery and stuff that they need to take care of, and they can go to those boards. They can find that information. Other people in the community can come to those boards as well and get that information on a regular basis. So that concludes our press. Yes, sir. Road closure, yes. I'm sorry. Doug, there you are. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Doug, you want to come up here? Doug, the road supervisor or assistant, he's got information about bridges and roads for us.
At this time, Corby Bridge is closed. Will be for a while. The roads that are closed are not closed completely. We have every resident has access out, in and out of their homes. So, portion of Frank Stanton, Pendleton Smith, Bill Hawk, Charlie Carson, A.J. Willis, H. Coggins are the roads that have portions closed. The highway department has worked pretty tirelessly since Friday when the storm came in to remove debris, get roads open. We were able to establish 3 access points across the river to get people in and out. On the other side, we worked day and night, Saturday and Sunday to do that. And pretty proud of the guys. And the volunteers have come out and worked day and night as well. Just local residents bringing their equipment, their time, their family members hopping in and out of equipment to get these roads open. It's been pretty overwhelming. So at this time, we're continuing to work to get the roads that are closed open. So thank you.
Appreciate it, sir. So are there questions for anybody that I can answer, or maybe if I don't have the answer for you, I can get back with you? Do you have any?
Well, just again, remind us of how the rescue and recovery efforts are doing, how many people are unaccounted for, and how many.
So, Mayor, do you want to speak on recovery as far as missing and everything? Okay. So, with permission from him, we do have 2 fatalities here in the county of Washington County, and still 17 unaccounted for. So that number is fluent. It moves daily. TBI is still in charge of the missing persons and checking those, and that's the reason they're taking care of releasing that information, because it does change fluently from time to time. So that was the current numbers that the mayor gave me as we started. At 6 o'clock tonight, there should be another news flash from TEMA that will come out, and it'll have updated information from other counties as well as Washington County on there. And you can check that on TEMA's website under the news department. Anything else? Thank you. Yes, sir. Anything I guess answer for y'all from state standpoint? All right. Thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate it.